Welcome back, guys. In this tutorial we are going to complete what we started in a previous tutorial now, which is the syntax and selector. Now we talked about the syntax, how um, CSS files are written, CSS codes are written, the syntax. We also talked about comment. We talked about the element selector, where we used to select element. We also talked about ID. Now let's talk about class now. Now a class selector select element with a specific class attribute, just like ID select an element with a specific ID attribute. Okay, to select element with a specific class, right? You just use period, just dots followed by the name of the class. Now if for example we have let's say a class here, um, class attribute, this is a third paragraph. Let's say class is equal to what will I use? Let's say center. Okay, let me use right. Okay, now sorry, I'm gonna take time in our HTML video tutorial. We did, we told you what class is, and you should know what class is anyway, because I know you've gone through HTML, and you should know what classes are, just like HTML, just like IDs. Class are used to as an attribute that we use to kind of distinguish a part of an HTML um, document, a document file, or a HTML files or page, to distinguish them from others. Okay, now as we proceed on, we are going to really understand what it means. Okay, now let's check this out. We have a class, we have we have oh, sorry, I had to pause to attend to somebody. Okay, all right, was he talking about class? Okay, see, we have a class here, a paragraph class. Now we are gonna select this class using what we call um, a period character, like this. Now p class, right. Now what this means is this right is the right that is in paragraph. Do we even need that? Okay, let's just select this normally like this. Okay, let's just select it normally. So this one might not be needed anyway, so I'm gonna tell you why you're gonna need later on. Okay, all right, now let's go with this. Now let's say essay text align, text aligns right, because I used right. So it's not because I used right anyway, so I was just looking for a name to give to that class. So now we use this dot selector to select the class, while we use hash to select the paragraph. Okay, all right, para 1. So now let's color, that means the text there will be line. And okay, now we've selected that. The lining is not clear, but let's use a darker color. Let's say green. Okay, alright, let's check that out and see how it's gonna look like. Now you can see this is the first paragraph, The first paragraph uses, is it ID? The first paragraph, there is no, okay, the first paragraph uses ID. Yes, the first paragraph we used ID. So now ID is in the center. Okay, text align center, color yellow, just like what we have here. Now the second one is the normal paragraph. There's nothing, we didn't add any attribute to it, so now nothing happened actually. So without adding attributes, we just use the element to select it. This is the second paragraph. We just selected it through the element by its the element. Now the third one is as an attribute of class, and the value is right actually. So now we have right. The property is text align and is aligned to the right. So the second property is color, is align and it's green. So now don't always forget your line terminator, or else it's gonna give you an undesired result. Okay. Alright. You can also specify that only specific HTML element that is affected by the class. You can also specify that only specific HTML element should be affected by the class. Now, just like what I tried to show you before. So right now you can use P. So if we now have another class called right in somewhere, but that is not in the paragraph. Now, do you understand? The attribute might not be affected. Okay, let's for example have another paragraph. No, let's just type something. I mean, a div close this div. Okay, this is a div. Now in this div, let's add an attribute to it, probably a class. Div class is equal to right. It's not going to be affected. Why? Because we only selected the paragraph of the class of the paragraph. Now let's remove this and see what's going to happen. Now it will now affect it. Okay, you can see that. Sorry. Yes. Okay, you can see that the two of them are affected now. The two of them, the rights, the div right and the paragraph right is affected now. So if we now change this to paragraph right, it's not going to be affected. Sorry, I have a call. I'm not going to pick this. Okay, let's continue. Sorry, do I have to pick that call? Okay, let me pick it up. Alright, sorry about that. I had to pick up that call. It was very important. Okay, we have like 6 minutes or 5 minutes to complete this. Okay, you can see that it's only the paragraph class, the paragraph with the right attribute is affected. Now the div with the right class, is not affected. Why? Because we gave it a strict instruction. It's only the class with rights, the right class with inside the paragraph should be the one that's affected. It should be the one that should be affected. Okay. All right. Let's move to the next thing now. Now we are going to be doing a little thing. Now it's called grouping selectors. Now, grouping selectors is used to assign the same properties and value to elements or attributes. Yes, the same to assign the same element, the same property CSS properties and values to, if we have an element or a class that you want to assign the same value to CSS styling to, you use grouping style. Okay, let's check this out. Now I'm gonna use this. I don't have much time, so we are gonna use this to work. So if, for example, we want all the paragraph and the div to have the same style, we are gonna just do just that. So now let's check this out. Let me delete this. Now we are going to select it like this. Let's just say, instead of giving them separate commands, now we can just do something like this. You can just do like this: h1 comma p comma and div comma div comma. Now text family, font family, sorry, font family should be then ve da na, and color should be blue, and the text should be aligned to the center. Text align to the center. Text align center. You're gonna see everything in that page is gonna be aligned according to this instruction we've given them. Okay, now let's check that out. You've seen that. So it's just as simple as that. Okay, this is where we're gonna end this video tutorial. Please practice. Say practice makes perfect. Try to work on this, work on yourself, learn this more, learn this, and research more, and very soon you're gonna be a web designer that everybody will be looking for. All right, see you in the next video tutorial.